Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Tuesday, the 21st of January 2020. So, yesterday we had the Martin Luther King celebrations, and the markets were closed. And interestingly enough, the news still dominates. The biggest stock melt up in US history has pushed prices to the most overvalued ever. Well, no surprise there when the Fed's pumping the money in through the back door to keep things afloat. As it says here, there has never been a better setup for a major market meltdown. And I would agree, but it's when they allow it. That's the thing. So if we go and have a look at the Dow, we'll start off with the bigger time frames. Actually, we'll start with the monthly. Because you can see that we certainly do have a melt up in progress here. And if we have a look and just see from the low of the last correction that we had in December of last year to the current high is 7,761 points. It's massive. And that's just over a year. And prices continue to move higher. I mean, you can see it here as well with all of the other corrections where the markets come back, closed above the 50 bar and the 20 bar moving average and just continued higher. So we are due for a correction. Like I say, it's whether they will allow one or not. That's the problem. I mean, as you've seen from the daily chart, and we've looked at this before, each successive correction in the market has been less. You can see they've just got less and then they're brought back. So we'll see if they will allow it or not. But certainly some weakness around over the last 24 hours. We can see this here at the moment. We have got a new all-time high, 29,400 in place there as well. And then, of course, yesterday the market moving higher. Well, there's a surprise. Until later on in the evening, early hours of this morning, I should say, we see the market selling off. And apparently the reason for this is this flu epidemic that is running through China at the moment, which seems slightly odd, but that's what is on the news wire with regards to this. I think it's bigger than this, but the market already down over 100 points, but finding a bit of support at the moment. So let's see how it rallies from this. Correction would be really, really healthy and very good as well. Good shakeout to the downside. I do like a good short trade because you make money a lot faster than you do with a steady grind to the upside. But also trying to get in is incredibly volatile when you do get these corrections, as you can see here. And then it gets a bit whipsaw and then back to the upside, which no doubt will be the case. Like I say, the overarching thing really with this is that Trump is looking for re-election. And I don't think, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there's any president that's ever been elected for a second term if the stock market has crashed or been in a bear market. So that's what all of the behind the scenes stuff is to keep this market looking healthy. Doesn't matter after he's re-elected for the second time, because he can't be re-elected for a third, so it doesn't matter what state he leaves the economy in after the second term. So that's the stock market. The implied volatility is down in the lows. There's nothing, no update on yesterday. 1035 is the new figure. It's below the 20 bar moving average. We'll probably see this moving up a bit if we get a continuation of the down move today. So we're still in the lows where we could see a correction. As simple as that. We haven't looked at Deutsche Bank for a while. This is moving to the upside, and no surprise there. Either with the Fed pumping money into the repo markets like it's gone out of fashion as well. Earnings out shortly for Deutsche Bank as well there. Meanwhile, Bitcoin is stuck in a bit of a sideways following a shakeout the other day, so nothing's really changed here either. With Sunday we saw the market move down $600 But since then, it's become really quiet, so not a lot to report. Bit of activity yesterday, and then moving back, but otherwise not a lot to report with regards to this. News this week, let's just have a quick look, as it's the first one of the week. We've got, I know Lagarde's out twice again this week, and let's have a look. There's nothing today, nothing tomorrow. Thursday and Friday are your days. And let's have a look. We've got Lagarde speaking on Friday. We've got the ECB conference as well on Thursday. So that's about it. It's a quiet week. What about next week? What have we got? Have we got the FOMC next week? Yeah, FOMC next week. Carney's out as well. And there's a Fed conference on Thursday of next week as well. So a lot of Fed news next week. But this week, just Lagarde as far as any big guns speaking to the press. Okay, that will do it for this one. If there is anything else to report, I will let you know. But otherwise, as ever, watch out for a potential correction. That's it for me. See you in the next one.